So we're just going to go through a quick tutorial on connections, how to fuel with the system that we're using now with the breakaway in our tractor fueling hoses. So I basically want to go through this quick just so everybody can get an idea of how it works, how it's supposed to work, what safety things you have to look for, and what things not to do with it. So first off, we don't want to drop these fittings on the ground. They're expensive. You break it, you can't fuel. So I'm just going to put the tractor end right up in here so it's not moving around so I don't lose it. I want to make sure that my fittings, my couplings are free of debris, dirt, and not all gummed up, as well as we'll wipe this one off. Make sure there's no pressure in here when we make our connections. We can vent the line off. We don't have any pressure there. So the first thing I'm going to do is make my connection with the female hose end to the tractor. Make sure that's nice and secure. Now I have two lanyards here. This is meant to fit a couple different style trailers since we're all over the place with the Titans, the X5s, and the Quantums. So this one we can hook up here on this spot, and then we'll come back over on this spot, this landing where the acorn is. It's a little tight, but we can get it connected. So it's got a little bit of a breakaway pressure here. So the breakaway breaks at 150 pounds. These two will keep it from actually using the hose for the braking. So then we'll take the tractor end, lower to the truck. Make sure our nozzle's nice and clean so that we're not putting any debris into the two connecting fittings. Make sure this is moving free. Place it on the truck end. We have to make sure that our green ring is visible and that actually locked onto the trailer end. A little pull on it, make sure everything's on there. We'll go back over to the trailer connection, make sure everything is tight. We're going to close our vent. Now on a Quantum trailer, you're going to want to keep the valves closed, and then we'll open up the actuation pressure. We never want to open up the valves and then the actuation pressure, because then you have the full force of the whole trailer going into that at one time. Dangerous situation. So we're going to just open this actuation valve. The pressure will come up on the unload valve, actuation air pressure gauge. And then we should hear the valves up on top open up here momentarily. No, this is a rather quiet trailer, so we didn't really hear them. But we will open up the valve nice and slow, just so we start fueling that truck. See, this truck has already close to 2,500 pounds in it. We can open up that. Open up the next rung. When that truck up to full capacity. We close our valves up. At this time, we're going to close the actuation up. So we close the valve up on top of the trailer. Once those valves are closed, we can start to relieve the pressure in the system so we can disconnect. We want to do this slowly so we're not out of ordinance with our noise. It's going to take a minute to relieve all the pressure from the hose because we're going right back through the breakaway out this end. So we want to ensure that we let that hose vent properly before we start disconnecting. Otherwise, you could lock it onto the tractor or onto the trailer, and depending on how you remove it. So the proper way to remove it is off the truck end first. So here the pressure is about stopped. Should be able to freely take this off. Connect here. So as we did before, we can place this right up into the trailer. I'd recommend removing the lanyard. Holding onto this end, we We can then, coupling moves freely, disconnect from the trailer, close our pen, and that's it.